everyone and welcome to Jubilee Road, and finally a return of the adding scenery series back here at the layout. So then we are going to be doing work in this area. Now today we're going to be painting the road surfaces, adding fencing, detailing and other things as well to do with this area here. So what are we going to need for today's video? Let's have a look. So this is what we're going to be needing today. We're going to be needing some paintbrushes, really cheap paintbrushes, really don't need expensive ones really. We're going to need a screwdriver, we're going to need super glue, we have 2 boxes of Pico flexible fence, we have some paint, and also we have some plaster cloth just here as well. Also we're going to need obviously some water and a drill. So first things off, we got to clear the area. So then first of all we have got to get rid of all these walls here, the cars, the lighting and the river itself and these couple of trees. So the first things off then, let's get rid of all these vehicles because, well, they're going to be in the way. Just put them in a safe place, guys, so you know where to find them afterwards. Right, it's not too many of them, luckily. This one's actually got flashing lights on it. But I believe the battery has run out. So, these trees are not glued in on purpose, so I could remove them for this job. Right, they should just lift out. Yep. Right, the lighting is not glued in either, so we can just lift all of these out. I didn't wire them in on purpose, guys, because I knew I was going to be doing this. Right, next up, let's get rid of this wall, which is not glued in either. Oh. It's really nice, actually, guys, to be getting a adding scenery video back on the channel. It's been a long time, good few months I believe it was, because it's always nice to show you guys how I actually do scenery here. So next up we got the river. Now I want to take this off and place it in order so I know which way round it's got to go back. Just makes it easier for myself later on. Right, just this last piece. There we go. Now we do need to take the tunnel entrance out so I can paint inside there as well. Luckily I didn't do much to that either. So next then we've got to get paint. So let's get me brushes out. I believe these are less than £2 for, I think it's, yeah, five brushes. How cheap is that, guys? Yes, they're not the best in the world, but for this job you really don't need really expensive paintbrushes, do you? If you're going to do fine detailing work, then that's fair enough. Right, which one shall I use? Possibly this one. I think this is a good size one to use today, so we'll get rid of the other ones then. So, just before we get into it, you just brush the area off to make it so you don't get any stuff in the paint work that you're going to be doing. See, there's a bit of stuff on here, you can see it there. If we can just get rid of all that. And definitely under there, it's a bit dusty under there I would imagine. A bit here too. Yeah, you don't want this, all this grit or what, bits of wood and dust in your paintwork. It won't help matters at all. Right, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? Yeah, that will do. So let's get the paint. Now I bought this from Wilkinson's, if you just want to see it there, and it's pure grey. If you want to pause there and have a look at the end. I believe it was only £1. Other shops are available, mind, guys. We don't want to advertise one shop too much. Give it a bit of a shake. we go. Right. Now, you're possibly going to need 2 coats with this. I have done on the other parts of the layout, but that's okay. Right. Now, what we do is, well, let's get painting, I guess. I'm going to paint most of the area here, even under the river that's going to go in. This is so I know that there's not going to be any white gaps between the river and the main road and the fence and everything. So, right, let's get going, shall we, guys? It would be nice if we didn't have to put 2 coats, but there's a good chance that it's gonna need it. Now, you might have noticed I haven't mentioned anything about the road markings, the white lines and stuff. I'm not doing that in this episode, so if you want that, that will be in a future episode, because you can buy self-adhesive road markings, and that is the way I'm gonna go. Now, I have got lines in the board here, but I'm going to use them later on, not in today's video, in another video, to detail the road a bit. It's like where they've been doing sort of work and there's bits of grit and stuff like that. So this is really simple, guys. Everyone can do painting, especially like this, because you don't have to stay in the lines, do you? That was one thing I was never good at in school, painting in between the lines. Oh well. Yeah, just try and get it all. You can weather this if you want. That is completely up to you. Right, now what I'm going to do is turn the camera off, finish the paintwork, and I'll show you what it looks like when I finished. Right, there we go, guys. I have now finished the paint. Now you can see I have gone under there. That's just to make it look a bit more presentable while filming the layout. Now you can see there is a gap along here, but that will be filled with ballast and foliage later on. I don't know if we're going to need another coat. It seems to have covered it really well. You can see those lines I was on about, but I'm going to incorporate those into the scenery. Now, you might have noticed there is a little bit of grit dotted around from the ballast, but that doesn't matter because roadways always have grit on them, bits of stone and debris and stuff, so that really doesn't matter. Roads are not 100% smooth, guys, we all know that. So basically now what I've got to do is let that dry for a while, and then we got to refit the river is the next bit all the way down here, so that's secured in place. So once that's dry, I'll be back and we'll carry on with the adding scenery. So then the paint is drying really well, so the next thing we are actually going to do is start adding the river back into this edge here. So we're going to need our super glue for this, just here. Now we're just going to run it down the outsides and then a little zigzag in the middle on each piece, and then put it into place, and we might need to weigh it down a bit so it well, sticks to the actual board itself. So we're just going to run a line down the outer side, bit in the corners, across that side, back this way, and then across this edge as well. Doesn't matter, guys, if you put too much on, it means it'll stick to the layout better, obviously. And then just a few lines of it in the middle then to make sure it really does stick down to the layout itself. Right, now that is done, and we're now going to go and fit it in place. So this is where the first piece is going, into this tunnel entrance here. Yes, guys, I know rivers don't tend to go through tunnel mouths like this, but I will detail this area up to make it look a little more realistic. So this one then fits just in like that. Let's get it. Now we just need to hold this end down because it's slightly sticking up. just move it across slightly. There we go, that's better. So, we just hold it in place for a bit, like so, and hopefully it will stick to the board. So I'll come back when that's done. Right, so here we go guys. Now this is all glued in place. Now you might see there are slight gaps in this because it's sort of a modular river, shall we say. But I might be getting a bit of realistic water, which you can get from Wooden Scenics, and do a bit of detailing work, because I want to add a bit more sort of motion to this river. So yeah, it's glued really quite well, most of it. Really happy with that. And if we come a bit further down here, it does look quite nice. Now I was going to make a waterfall here, but I'm not going to do that, because if we come down here, the waterfall would have gone down there and end up here. But in real life, if a waterfall was coming down there and ended up here, it would take the foundations out eventually over time of this column here, which would be a bit of a disaster. So I'm not going to do that, guys. The river will go under like a small sort of opening here, like it's disappearing. So what we gotta do next then is add the fence. So let's get on with that. So then let's get on with the fence. Here it is. Now you got to see every one of these just here. You need to get a hole in your board to fit the fence in. Now obviously they've got to line up, which is going to be a really fun job, I bet, but I'm sure we can do that fairly easily. So what you're going to do is place the fence roughly where you're going to want it, and then make a mark with the screwdriver, like so, and then do that all the way along. So if I put the fence back to where I had it, and then we make, no, not quite there. This is quite difficult, guys, because you really got to line these up as best as you can, if I can do that, obviously. Right, the next one is there. Make a, yep. This is going to take some time, guys, so I'm only going to show you me doing this bit. Otherwise, we're going to be here a heck of a long time, and I don't think we want to do that. It doesn't matter if the fence is not straight, guys. Fences are not straight in real life, so... And this is why we're going to need the drill a bit later on. That's pretty well done there. And then the last one can go in there, like that. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Now what I'm going to do is drill the holes next, so we can have a look at that. So then, let's get the drill and drill these 4 holes that I've marked out. I'm not going to show it to you all because it's going to take some time, so you don't need to go too deep with these holes, because and the drills got stuck. That would happen. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Right, guys, I'm back. Now, the drill bit did get a little bit caught up there. Not sure what happened, but that's what happens when you're doing these scenery videos. You can't just go back and refilm it, because you've already done the scenery. So, let's... and then the next one. Right, that's the holes drilled. Now we just need to... There we go. Now we can get the fence in. So the next thing we've got to do then is get the fence pieces. These come in these, and they're flexible, as you can see. They move, they bend, and whatever. And you can if you can see, they add extra pieces to it. You don't have to glue this into the board if you don't want to. If you've done the holes right, the fence will more than happily sit there, no problem. But obviously, if you have an exhibition layout, I would. So, what we gotta see then, did I do these 4 holes right? Be surprised if I did. So then, all we gotta do, it doesn't matter which way round you put it, we just fit it in each hole, There's 1, 2, 3. Oh gosh, guys, I actually did. And there we go. Just press it down if you want to. It doesn't matter where it goes. And there we go. Let's see it from a different angle. And as you can see, there is the first piece of fence in place. Obviously I'm going to detail around it. You can paint this fence if you want to, it's completely up to you, but I've chosen not to because it's in a nice brown colour anyway. I might weather a bit up with some foliage growing on it, but yeah, I'm really happy with that. We'll get rid of the wood shavings around there when I've done. So now I've got to do that all the way along there. So I can do that off camera, guys, because we'll be here all day otherwise, and we'll see what it looks like at the end. So then, now I'm back, we've finished the fence, and it went together really quite well. Took about 20 minutes, I reckon. I did stop for lunch in the middle of it, mind, but we gotta do that. But I'm really happy the way this fence looks. It does look really nice. And here there is a gap you can see just down there. I'll be putting some foliage and grass in that. So it looks really nice, and this will be going under a sort of a little arched rock tunnel. And then I'll plaster cloth all over that. That will be in another video, so I will not be using the plaster cloth in today's video like I said at the beginning. So basically what we gotta do for the last part is to put the wall back in, which I'm not going to glue in just yet because I might want to do more work there. We'll put the lights in back temporary, we put the cars back and the trees. So let's get them back into place. And there we go, guys, that is all the parts now put back on the roadway itself. You got the lights, they're not glued in yet because I got to obviously do wiring and they might need to be moved at some point, so there's no point gluing those in. The fence is all in, the cars are back in, the trees and the tunnel mouth is all looking really quite nice. Now I will be putting a working traffic light sat here, because it's a single road there. Got a little bit of painting to do just there, and I have added ballast down the side here, new ballast that is, all the way down there to tidy that up. Now if we just look this way, the level crossing will be going across here. The gate and lights will be about this area here, flashing lights and the working barriers hopefully in this area here, and then they'll go across there and through the tunnel there. So there we go, guys. I'm really happy with this, and remember guys, these are not how-to videos. This is just showing you how I do it, so don't take this is the way to do it, because there are a lot of ways, guys. Watch other people's videos as well, give you an idea. So let me know what you think. Hopefully you like the adding scenery videos, and I will be doing a lot more of them. And we got to do some painting work and finishing off this area, which will be in the next video, adding scenery video that is soon, and obviously finishing this. So I'm going to leave you now with a shot of the Class 68 passing this area to show you what it looks like now, and that will be the end of the video. So let's go and get the 68. So guys, we are now at the end of the video, so thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comment sections what you think, and I'll be back here at Jubilee Road or on location very soon. Bye everyone.